Hi everyone, this is your art teacher, Miss Dressel, and right now I'm going to show you how we can remix a starter project. So I'm on the Scratch website, I'm signed into my account, and I'm going to click on this link where it says Try Out Starter Projects. So I'm going to use my mouse, I'm going to click on Try Out Starter Projects. The point of these starter projects is for you to learn more about how to code with the Scratch blocks, and these projects are pre-made and they are made by the Scratch team, and the hope of these projects is for you to practice your skills editing and learn more about how to use the coding blocks and how to use all of the different features inside of the Scratch project editor. So to get started, I am going to look at the different categories for animation, games, interactive art, music and dance, stories, and video sensing. So what I want to do is I want to pick a project that I'm interested in trying to create and make it my own. So I'm going to just start by clicking the Maze Starter because this is kind of a simple game that a lot of people kind of already understand how to play it. The goal is for the ball to get through the maze and without hitting the walls. So right now the project is loading and it has some instructions on the right hand side of the screen. I can see the title of the project and who it's made by. And the remix tips are to add more obstacles, to add new levels, to keep scores or subtract points for hitting the walls. So to get started, I am going to click on Remix. So that way this project gets saved into my own account, and I can preview the code that they have been using to make this project run. So just quickly, I noticed that there are two sprites. There is the ball sprite, the goal sprite, and the backdrop. There's actually two backdrops and they have these blue colors. So as I look through the code for the orange ball, I noticed that when the flag is clicked, it has a specific coordinate on the grid to go to. When the arrow key is pressed, it points in a direction and moves a few steps. When the down arrow key is pressed, it moves in a direction. When the arrow keys for the right arrow and the left arrow are pressed, they move in a direction. And when the flag is clicked, it says forever loop. If touching the color dark blue, then move -10 steps. And there's a note in this project that says that when the ball touches this color, it bounces back. So the goal is for you as the player to move orange ball through the maze and to the goal. So what I want to do is to make this project more of my own. I'm going to edit the stage, and when I go to the backdrops, there is a plain white backdrop, and there is the backdrop that they created. So what I might want to do is I might want to click on by right-clicking and click a duplicate. So now there is a second blue backdrop, and this is the one that I'm going to actually try to edit and make it my own, make it a little bit more difficult. So some of the things that I'm able to do, when I click on this drop-down arrow for the fill color, I can use the eyedropper tool to mouse over to pick up this exact hue of blue that the artist that created this project is using. And then what I might want to do is to make this more difficult, I could move these pieces that the artist already created into some new pattern. Or I could use the shape tools to create new obstacles in the game. So maybe I want to change the shape of this background, and then I can test out my code by clicking on full screen control, and then I can test out my code. I know that this program runs by using the arrow keys. What I want to do is actually make this more difficult. So something that I might want to do is actually edit the orange ball sprite. So if I click on the orange ball sprite, I might want to change the size of this sprite. So what I can do is click on the mouse, and what I can do is click and drag and highlight the shapes, and I can actually make this shape larger or smaller. And you can see in the preview dialog that it's getting larger. But I might want to make it a smaller shape. And then I can go into the background, the backdrops, and I could make the maze much more intricate. Adding these different shapes for it to go and have to move around. And then I can actually change the location of the goal. So if I wanted to make it over here, I could change the goal around on my screen. So maybe I wanted the goal to be down over here. I can just click and drag it on the screen. So this is experimenting with remixing a project. And so what I would like you to do today is to remix your project and then save your project and share it. So I'm going to save a copy of it to my computer. I'm going to save now to my project folder. And then I can click on share.